annuals, people may think it means to grow every year, but that's not.
That's what I would have thought.
It's annually to buy every year.
Wow. And just FYI, I am here to soak up the knowledge because I would love to garden. I have no clue what I'm doing. So if you're like me, you're going to get a lot out of this. Welcome back to Wellness Wednesdays, where we talk about all things wellness and exactly what it means to be well. Today, I am joined by my colleagues, Carissa Clarke and Mary Moore, who's going to be sharing their tips and tricks and advice for starting a garden and making the most out of it to be able to use it for therapeutic purposes. So we're going to go over a few questions, you guys, and then at the end, we're going to play a really quick game of true or false. Sound good?
Sure.
Okay, wonderful. So first thing we want to talk about is what inspired you to take up gardening?
What inspired me the most was that, one, I grew up gardening. If anybody knows St. Mary's County, rural St. Mary's, family of 7 children, and I was the oldest. If we didn't garden, we didn't eat. So my parents, we had a huge garden. All of our family had a garden, and we grew up on it. We picked beans and corn and tomatoes and all of those things. My parents canned goods. They actually, you open the pantry, and it was canned goods everywhere.
Wow, straight from the garden.
Straight from the garden.
Love that.
That's how we ate. So what inspired me ended up, I went into the military. I wanted to get out of that ruralness, and I was in the military for 21 years. A few years ago when I bought my house, I realized I hadn't given my kids the same things that my parents had given to me. And so that led me to start my own garden.
You mean like that fresh farm to table type of?
Yes, everything. Like when you're in the military, you're always on the run, everything's fast. And so when I retired from the military, I bought my house here. I decided I was going to have a garden. Not as big as my parents, but I definitely wanted to show my kids what it was like.
So is that your beginner garden, or are you pretty set and that's how you want it to be right now?
Do you mean that? So
like what you have right now, is this just the beginning, or is this pretty much how
kind of where I'm at right now? So I'm not adding anything else to the plate. It's been, I'd say 14 years that I've been gardening, and I've stepped up in every way. As I'm getting older, getting on my hands and knees anymore isn't that great. So I've done some boxes, the raised beds, and so that helps a lot. So I can continue to garden.
I love that.
Over the years.
And how about you, Carissa? What inspired you to take up gardening?
What inspired me was actually my neighbor. So I bought my house at a young, tender age of 23.
Ooh,
and
nice.
I will watch her take such precious care of her garden. Like, she always had the greenest grass in the neighborhood. She always had the beautiful flowers blooming like all season. So she inspired me, and she actually taught me how to garden at the age of 23.
And have you been gardening ever since?
I've been gardening ever since. Because, like, Mary and I have similar stories. I'm one of 7 too, and I'm retired from the police department. So gardening, like, that was my thing to do. That was how I released a lot of stress.
I love that so much. Yeah, so are you gardening is like here for life?
It's
like going to be part of your...
It's not going. I'm deeply rooted Jamaican, so my garden not stop there. It's going to be bored forever.
At one point, I did decide, like, next year I'm not doing the garden.
Okay.
But every year, like, when the flowers come, and like, you cannot not do it. It's just, it's embedded in you at this point. And so, it's like, blinking or breathing almost.
I gotcha. So, Carissa, what's your favorite thing to garden?
My favorite thing to garden is, I don't know, I kind of grow everything. Like, I try to grow what I eat, or what my mom like.
Love that.
So I would say the Celos bright, it's colorful favorite. That was what I started out growing initially. And I just love it. It attracts a lot of birds to your yard. And like I said, it just puts a beautiful presentation to your garden.
Okay. And Mary, what was the first thing that you gardened?
I would say the first gardening things that I did was tomatoes and cucumbers. Like, for me, that was really easy. Go get it, and all you have to do is watch them grow and take care of them. My sister's into gardening too, so we kind of have this little competition going on. She got more land right now than I do.
So she probably has a bigger garden.
Yeah, she's got a bigger garden, and she likes to show her garden off on her her page. And so I don't do all of that, but yeah, she grows from seeds, and so this year I had decided to do some seeds.
Okay.
And then some plants. So,
Yeah.
and I did both flowers too, but
Okay.
most of them were annuals. Then, but when I first moved into my house, I didn't know a lot about the difference between annuals and perennials, and so that's something I learned over time. And then, so first it was just annuals, and then I realized that every year I gotta buy these things. Annuals, people may think it means to grow every year, but that's not.
That's what I would have thought.
It's annually to buy every year.
Wow. And just FYI, I am here to soak up the knowledge because I would love to garden. I have no clue what I'm doing. So if you're like me, you're going to get a lot out of this.
But I would say some annuals, they do come back.
Yeah.
If they seed, if you allow them to seed, they will come back the following year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so if you dry out your flowers out, and then you can get seeds from those flowers, and then you can replant them.
Or some of them just naturally fall into the ground, into the environment, and they'll just come back.
Like the jumping, what is it? The jumping Julies, like that they blow in the wind.
Is there a flower called Jumping Julie?
Yeah,
I love that. So shout out to our other colleague, Jumping Julie. That's so cute. That is adorable.
I gotta look at
why she calls herself that.
So Carissa, tell me what would you say is the easiest thing to start? Like if you're a beginner and you haven't planted anything, I'm talking produce and plants or flowers. What's the easiest thing?
The easiest thing I would say is marigolds are easy to plant and to maintain. Mint is easy, but I would recommend doing it in a pot. Like if you put it in the ground, it's gonna spread like weeds.
Yeah.
So mint and marigolds. Okay, what about you, Mary?
I love lavender. That's like one of my favorites because not only it grows, it's beautiful, but it smells so wonderful. Like when it blows in the wind, when you walk past it, you can smell it. It's just a lovely sight.
That. So it's easy to actually like grow lavender.
Like you just put it in the ground and don't worry about it.
Yeah. Do you have to
Of course, you gotta water it.
Yeah.
But,
is it one of those things where it's like
you don't have to cut back?
The rain?
You don't have to really cut back on it. Rain is always.
I think it depends. Like if you're having like some like high temperature, you definitely will need to tend to your.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
but in Maryland, we're kind of even temp. I just kind of learned about zones, like how to make sure that you buy in a zone that if you're in zone 4, you really buy for the extreme for the next level of zones.
Okay,
so
y'all taking notes?
Yeah, if you're zone 4, you might want to do zone 3 because that means that your like perennials will come back the following year because you're buying for a zone that has harsh weather. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, zoning is definitely important because it kind of helps you gauge when to put your plants in the ground.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So Mary, give me one piece of advice you would give somebody to avoid mistakes when you're just getting started.
Don't do too much. Don't overdo it because then you get tired. If you're a planner, like instead of like I'm not going to do this from seed or plant, and you go out and you buy a whole bunch of plants, then you'll overdo it. You'll crowd. You won't want to get started. And then these plants will die off. I've learned that over years to buy what I need. Buy in increments and then make sure I get those things down before I go out buying more.
Okay, take your time, ease into it. Yeah. How about you, Carissa?
I would say sometimes people overwater or they underwater, and then too not adding proper nutrients to whatever you're planting. Like each plant at some point in time going to need some type of nutrients. So it's important.
That is something that I learned the hard way. I was over water, and I was like, I didn't think that was even possible to overwater a plant. I was drowning that bad boy and wondering why I can't keep them alive.
Right. It causes root rot when you overwater.
I learned that the hard way. This is a learning curve for me. So when you say nutrients, what does that look like? What is nutrients for a plant?
So nutrients could be anything. I don't know if I'm dating myself right now, but I don't know if you guys remember like when your grandmother put like nails into the dirt. So nails, when it rusts.
My family didn't garden.
Okay, so that puts iron. It gives your plants and your garden nutrients.
From the
rusted nail. Magnesium. Just the magnesium salt you put in your tub, you can use that and put in your plant, like your eggplants, your squash, and stuff like that. And tomato, it gives it what is that? Gives it magnesium.
And then if you're a composter, like I don't compost, but some people do, and it is very good for like leftover
lot of
eggshells and coffee.
So it's kind of like fertilizer.
It's kind of like that. And then it creates its own fertilizer for your garden if you're a composter.
Okay, cool.
So whatever
so
you
compost, iron, magnesium, you can compost, save all that. Now, what does that look like as far as, at some point, is compost no good, or because it's already trash, it doesn't matter? So you can just keep it.
So compost, it takes a while, so it's a waiting game. So compost is, you can get a bin, or you can get different types of bins that you can get to compost. But what you're doing with compost is you're creating some rich soil with a lot of nutrients in it.
Yeah.
And like Mary said, you can do eggshells. You can do all your vegetable scraps. You can't put any meat or anything, so you got to be very careful what you put in there.
To make sure it's not contaminated with the meat. Okay.
And then it's important to always turn it. I don't know, once a month, once a week. It's
the compost
to turn whatever you put in there so that it can over time it breaks down, and then when it breaks down, that's when you get the nutrients.
And you can build a compost box yourself. Like there's people who do that, but now they make things so easy. Like you can go buy a compost bin, or
they make everything nowadays.
They got the one that run on either batteries or electrical ones that you can just put your stuff, your food in, and then it composts for you. So it's a lot faster.
So let's talk about pests. What are you doing to keep pests away from your garden? Well, I guess let's talk only right now. Let's just talk about the produce. When you're growing produce, what are you doing to keep the pests away?
Well, I put marigolds around my garden. So I actually, because they say they're supposed to help with pests. And then what my mom and dad used to always do, they used to make a soap and water
like solution.
Solution. So I would put a little bit of Dawn. Wow. And if you ever seen the Dawn commercial where the little chick was in the oil, and they literally clean the chick with the oil because Dawn soap is so free of bad things.
And so
it's a good cleanser.
Yeah, it's safe.
So it's keeping pests away also?
Yes. So what you can do is you can put a little bit of soap and water and have like a spray bottle, and you can spray it on your leaves. Not overdo it, but spray it on your leaves, and then it can help keep the pests.
Are you spraying it on your produce as well?
Not the produce, but it's not going to hurt your produce. Well, that's why you use soap and water. You can have it right.
All right, cool.
I wouldn't just pull it out the garden and start eating it.
Yeah,
you got to go inside.
So speaking of that, so Carissa, tell me a little bit about that. How are you protecting it? Are you spraying it with pesticides or anything like that?
I do not. But like Mary said, you could use soap and water. It's so many components you can use right out your kitchen. You can use vinegar. It's for different things, and you have to make sure you dilute it. You can't just pour the vinegar in there, but that kind of helps with like ants. Yeah. You can use peroxide. Peroxide is actually a nutrient too, because I can't remember exactly, but I don't know if it gives it like the CO2 or whatever, the oxygen in the soil, whatever. So you can use oxygen.
They have garden dust.
You can also do cinnamon, depending on what type of, like for slugs. I think cinnamon keeps slugs away from your plant, so you can sprinkle that around the base of your plant. What else do they have?
You can buy garden dust, which is a lot of people use for their plants. It doesn't have a lot of pesticides and stuff like that in there, but it's so ugly on the plants. Like it literally looks like baby powder.
So it's white.
Yes, it's white. You shake it all over your plants and stuff. So I don't like that look. Yeah, so I don't really like that look.
So which one of those is your favorite?
My favorite is soap and water.
Okay, and yours?
I use a combination because it depends. It's different type of pests that's attractive to different types of plants. And then like the tomato plant, you're gonna get your hookworm. So you really need to look at them and see what it is, and then just some diluted vinegar, spray it on there. Worms hate it. That's why they say always watch your produce with a little bit of vinegar in there, because the worms or whatever, it falls right off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are identifying why I do not garden. With that being said, though, when it comes to like cleaning it, apple cider vinegar or regular vinegar?
Regular vinegar.
Regular vinegar, and you have to dilute it. Okay, and talk to me about cleaning your produce off. Like once it's in the house, once you're ready to eat it or anything like that, you just rinsing it.
Rinsing it with water. That's it. And just like looking through and inspecting your vegetables.
And what are you looking for when you're inspecting it? Bugs?
Like holes, like micro holes that could have penetrated the fruit or the vegetable, and then because bugs can get inside and eat away at it, so you slice it. It looks nice on the outside, and then you find out it has a hole that they've intruded in or bitten into. That's the worst when you see a beautiful piece of a tomato or something, and then you get it. You're like, oh God, it's ate into it. So
how do I prevent that? So is the everything you guys just mentioned, that's what will prevent that from happening?
Well, that's
the solution.
It helps.
Well, it helps. Yeah, it helps to cheer them and to kind of keep them away.
Is there no
it's nothing that's like easy
100%.
unless you use,
And normally when my tomatoes start to turn red, when I even get a spit of red on my tomatoes, I pick them immediately, and then they'll redden up for the rest of the way in the house. So you can just put them in the windowsill.
I pick my tomatoes when they're green.
Yeah,
one of my favorite things to eat is green fried tomatoes.
Yeah, because once you
pick it when it's green.
And if you pick it before it hits a little bit of red, then it may not get all the way to red. So make sure that it's turning red
on the counter.
Yeah, and then they're ripe the rest of the way on the counter.
Okay, and that's that's something you've both been able to do to prevent the bugs from infesting.
Getting it first.
Okay, gotcha. Now, what other kind of pests or animals, or what else are you guys?
Well, deer,
deer, rabbits.
So
they like to eat too. So and that's why you have to plant enough to feed them. I feed the birds 2 birds. If you have a lot of birds in your yard, it can be a nuisance, but I like it because they also feed off the pests that's in your garden.
I do too. I have bird feeders. I have 4 bird feeders in my yard.
Okay.
So
I just
away from my garden though, because I don't want them dropping poop. But I put 2 bird feeders on this side of the yard, and 2 more I got at the end of the fence area. Okay. And so because I know the less poop, they're gonna poop anyway.
Of course. I
want them hovering.
Mary, talk to me about how has gardening impacted your mental health?
Oh, I mean, I can get into the zone.
Okay.
I can be late for appointments. Once I get in there, I'm like, it's my whole life. And I don't know if I could be in thought. No one in my family, my hubby, my son, they don't mess with me when I'm out there in my garden.
I love that.
They will peek out and say, you need any help? Yeah. They don't really want to help.
But they don't get in your way.
They don't really want to help, but they got to ask. And I only call them when the heavy stuff comes. But it is my piece. And just I'm not even thinking about it's the one thing that keeps my mind from running about everything other than the garden.
I love that. So you're able to just really just focus in on that, and it feels good.
Have you ever been doing a task and then at the same time you're thinking about something else? Like you're trying to do this, and it's about the only thing in my life that I can say that I do that nothing pierces.
And it hones your focus.
It allows you to be present in the moment.
Yeah. How about you, Carissa? How has it impacted your mental health?
It has a lot. It's like garden therapy for me. So I think I've been gardening for 22 years now, and I would say having my hands planted in the dirt, it has always given me exactly what I needed when I needed it. And just to hone on what Mary said, garden has taught me to be present in the moment, just experiencing the different dimensions the vegetables go through, the flowers go through, the smell, the touch. It's what allowed me to be present. Taught me how to be present.
And one thing for me is I lost my mom a couple of years ago. So she was a big gardener. She loved the flowers and her vegetables. And as she got older, she wasn't able to do it anymore. So on Mother's Day, my sister and I would always come down and plant all her flowers for her because she couldn't do it anymore. But when I garden, it makes me feel close to her. It makes me think
that
of what
so
she
sweet.
would say.
I love that so much, Mary. Right now, I want to know about when it comes to mulch. When you're planting flowers or plants or anything like that, what is the best type of mulch to use? Or does it matter?
Something's natural without any chemicals. You don't want to do the black mulch because it has dye in it, or the red mulch has dye. You want to do anything that's natural that doesn't have chemicals.
That's
in
good
it.
to know.
I still use black mulch, but
it looks better. I like
I like black mulch.
Not on your vegetables,
but I don't do anything on vegetables.
If it goes in it, whatever you have around your vegetables that's seeping in the ground, that eventually gets transplanted into the plant. So you're eating that. So you have to be very mindful of those things.
So I mulch around the house and my flower beds, but not my garden at all.
That makes sense. Okay. All right, cool. So Mary, we talked before about shops and how you like to rehab plants and stuff like that. So I want you guys to talk to me about when you're getting a plant or the material to start planting, people go to like Lowe's, Home Depot, stuff like that. Do you think that you should go there or like local plant shops?
It just depends.
I think it depends. Like if we're talking quality, then you definitely want to go to a garden center because it's more expensive, but then too, you're getting a better quality of a plant. If you're looking for something that's budget friendly, then I would say, and then if you're a new gardener, I would say Lowe's. Lowe's, just the layout of the way they have it is better and more friendlier for new gardeners. And then Home Depot, if you're, I don't know, Home Depot has a lot of stuff, but it's just the way that it's arranged, it can be a bit overwhelming for a new gardener, I think.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I feel that way too. I love going to local nurseries because I'm always finding something.
Nursery, that's the name.
Yeah, no, like because I always finding something that I don't see in Lowe's normally, and also nurseries tend to have that often a lot of yard, cute little things that you can buy for your yard, pots and ornament that they're real reasonable, or things that you're not finding in Lowe's because Lowe's has 20 of the same types of pots, but you'll go to a nursery or a garden center where they'll have something very unique.
Okay. And do you find that at those places, the people that are working there are more educated about?
Yes. I will tell you, in one nursery that I go to, like, it's a family business, and so their hands are rolled up, and the girl, I don't know, like, as far as how long they've been there, but they've been there as long as I have lived in my home, which has been 16 years. And I go to her and she knows me, and she's actually, when I used to work at another location, she's given me plants to start a garden program that I did at my last job that I had, a nonprofit called the Children's Home. I started a garden program there, and she donated tons of tomato plants and things for me to
I would think it matters to talk to an expert and somebody when you're getting started, somebody who actually does it for a living, or somebody who knows a lot about it.
Like it can be your kid. In the garden section. They're gonna point to you like where the stuff is.
You know what? I love my sons, but I don't want them giving people advice for starting a garden.
See, I feel like the nurseries are definitely experts, but I feel like Lowe's, the people who they assign or whoever works in the garden center, I feel like they do have some knowledge. Versus
no shade, no shade to y'all.
Yeah, I love them both.
Well, I think
Lowe's be like, I don't know. I don't know.
Lowe's is definitely a more user friendly place to go.
So you're a beginner, it's okay.
And if you go to Home Depot, they got some nice stuff, but you better know what you're going for.
Because Lowe's actually have, I think, a gardener merchandiser to do this. That's why the spread is always a little bit more strategic.
All right, ladies. Well, do you have any final thoughts when it comes to gardening, or any advice that you would give to somebody that's thinking about getting started?
Yeah, just get started. Like, don't think about it. Like, just go to, while you're shopping, go get what speaks to you, pick it up and read about it, and then put that thing in the ground.
Absolutely.
Get 2 pots, so you don't have to you don't have to be a big garden. You'll figure it out next season, but start small, get 2 pots, and just grow 1 tomato plant, 1 cucumber plant, and see how it goes. If that's your thing. And with flowers, I always say when you go into the nursery and you're going to see bundles and bundles of beautiful flowers, whether they're annuals or perennials. You go there and you see them, and you're just like, and you want to pick the best looking flower because it's got all the blooms and everything. Do not pick that one.
Okay.
Listen, if this is the one with all the blooms, I love it. Find the one that have not bloomed yet. Okay. And that's the one you pick.
Why?
Because this is one, the flowers are ready to die. So the moment that you put them in the ground, they're going to start, that bloom won't be there anymore. Okay. And so if you love this bloom, you get the flower that's not bloomed yet. And then when you
if you don't want to feel like an instant failure,
right?
Because that's what I would feel like, an instant failure. Because I would take it home and it wouldn't live very long.
Right. So it's not your fault.
Okay.
It's already been sitting out there for a week. And so now when you take it home, it's not going to be as beautiful when you put it in the ground because the leaves are going to fall.
That's some really good advice. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to get into our game of true or false. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. Number 1, gardening is therapeutic.
True.
Right. Number 2, if you eat from your garden, you will get sick.
False.
Number 3, gardening is easy.
True.
False.
Oh, okay. Why? Really quickly, tell me why it's true or false.
Well, I mean, gardening is not easy until you get the hang of it.
Okay.
Now, just if you haven't started one and you plan on starting, we say just get started. But sometimes you go out there and it's lifting, it's on your knees. It just depends. Like if you decide to do a raised bed, it takes some time to put that together.
Yeah.
You got to fill it all up with dirt. You got it it's a lot of components to it before you get to the point where every year,
I see your point.
Like things are growing nicely.
I feel like it's true because it's like trial and error, like life. Like you're gonna fail, you're gonna win. Like just get in there and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gardening.
Yeah.
Okay. I see both of your perspectives, and I guess I'll find out when I get started.
Yes, we're gonna help you, Amy.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you probably let us know.
Number 4, you should only plant flowers, not food.
False.
Okay. Y'all just talked a lot about produce.
Right.
I'm confused about that.
You can combine them. I feel like
Yeah.
you combine them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like you can do your flower garden, and then depending on what type of produce you do, you can mix that in there. Like I have rosemary mixed in with my flower garden because it's fragrant.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I have the clematis that's growing up along the side of the rails of my arbor over top of my garden.
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
So it's just starting to like grow to that level now, and it's just like so beautiful.
Oh wow, I love that so much. All right, so number 6, some plants and berries are poisonous.
Yes. True.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, there's no way to stop pests from attacking a garden.
True.
It's false. It's kind of sort of.
Okay.
We
talked about this a little bit. There's no 100%.
No
right way, but there are
you can manage it, but
yeah.
Okay.
Like if you're like even if
grow
you're
it, they're gonna
right.
I got you. All right,
they're gonna get in there somewhere.
And then there are gardening groups that you can join.
Absolutely true.
Yeah. All right, great. Thank you so much, bro. Carissa, Mary, thank you so much for giving this advice. I hope that you all were able to take something away from this. And if you have any questions and you see these two ladies, they will be more than happy to stop and give you some advice and talk to you about it, right?
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be well.
All right. Bye.